Hey everyone, Felicity here, one part of the Fortunate Flossies, and this week it's my update. So if you're new here, welcome. Chloe and I film together Fortunate Flossies and we do our individual updates. We also do Stitch With Us videos and of course unboxing videos for the Black Needle Society. So welcome. I am sorry that we haven't had a video in a couple of weeks. We had some technical issues when we tried to film our last Stitch With Us. Our video got deleted, so that was a little bit iffy. And then we're at the end of my holidays and I meant to film a couple of days ago. However, I had such a horrendous headache all day and I just couldn't even get out of bed to film. So I'm feeling better. It's the end of my holiday, so I've actually done a lot of stitching and I can't wait to show you what I've done. And we're about to head back into school, so we're back into second term, and yeah, it's the start of May. Yeah, so it's May and I'm about to start school this coming week. Really excited to see all my classes again. Welcome back our year 8s who are new to the school from the beginning of the year, and hopefully see their confidence grow and continue to teach them all. And I know that in May many people have different sort of plans. Some people want to finish everything in May. Some people work on their projects during the week and then new starts on the weekend. Some people do a new start every single day, and that was born from a group called Stitch Mania. So I'm not actually doing very much for May because we just, as I said, headed back into schools. I'm just trying to find my work and stitch life balance at the moment. But I'm watching everyone who is participating and I love seeing all the new projects that are started and some people who are finishing things, which is really great to see. So today I have a couple of things to show you. I have a finish. I have a new sort of needlework that I started with a friend at a crafty group that we've done every month. And then I have 2 projects that I've been working on and I've done a lot of progress on them because I just realized it's been 2 months since I did a video, due to all the interruptions that we've had. So stay along for the ride and I hope that you enjoy to see all my progress coming up. I do have some stash and I do have some more hoping to come with me soon as well. So first off, we're going to start with my finish. Now this is my 4th finish of the year. So at the moment we've been on track to have at least one in every month from January through to April. So I need to have a look into what I have in my projects or in my whips to see if there's anything I can pull out to finish in May. We'll see. We may get there, we may not. But yeah, I have a finish and I can't believe that. That's 4 finishes so far. And this one is actually a bigger finish than the other ones. So I'm really excited to show you. Now, this project I showed you in my last video and it was actually a new start. However, there's been 2 more parts come out since then and it's now completely finished. And I'm talking about the Narnia SAL that came out from the Stitching Book Club. I absolutely love this pattern and it's gorgeous. So here is my finish. Isn't that stunning? This is gorgeous. I love this pattern from the Stitching Book Club. It came out in a set of 3 patterns. So we originally were given this section up here. Then the second section came out was the middle section, including the border down here. And then the last section was the bottom border and our silhouette in the middle. But this is stunning. I stitched this on an oddment from the Crafty kitten and it's on 28 count Lugana. It's one of the unnamed ones, but it's a really nice pastel-y colour. It looks kind of white there, but you can see there's a hint of yellow just up here and there's some very light lilacs. So I started this on the 13th of February this year and I actually finished it on the 16th of April. So just into the start of the holidays. Mainly I worked on it on the weekends due to school, but I love it. I have done some colour changes, so just to bring that out to show you, I actually went over with 2 strands of bat stitch for the Lion Witch in the Wardrobe here, as well as for the author's name in the corner, because otherwise I didn't see that writing standing out at all. I've also changed the colour of the skin of Mr. Tumnus. I used 3864 instead of the beigey colour that was called for. And I think he just pops so much better on this fabric. I was thinking about going back and changing the back stitching on the words of like the names of the kids. So Peter, Edmund, Susan and Lucy. However, I in the end decided to keep it as the green, just so that there wasn't too much purple coming through. But I love this colour palette and I love stitching this. It was absolutely amazing. We've got those back stitching branches up the top, so we come in nice and close. I will just zoom up. They've got the middle section with the pensives. The pensives, it has a mixture of back stitching as well as cross stitch. And then we have the silhouette in the end. I was really lucky that this also fitted into Pattern Keeper. So that meant I was able to use my tablet to mark off. And then I just put the pattern onto my iPad and then did all the back stitching from there. But this is absolutely stunning. And I already have a plan for what I'm going to do for it. I'm thinking I'm going to FFO it into a frame, and I have the most perfect frame. I just haven't had time. Well, I've had time, just have the inspiration yet to actually put this into an FFO. This is the frame I'm going to put it together in. It's a plastic frame, and I got it from Cheapest Ships in Australia. And you can see there's a light little detailing around the edge of these flowers. And I think that this will fit in here stunning. And it will fit in here perfectly. I've already put it in just to check. There will be some border up the top and at the bottom, but it will look amazing, and I think this is really pretty. So this is the frame I'm going to put it in at a later stage. The next thing I want to show you is not really cross stitch, but it's still a project that I have going, and it's all about canvas work and all different types of specialty stitches. And at the moment, it's sitting in this amazing bag from Silks For You. This is a free pattern from Beautiful Stitches in Australia, and it's called Autumn Fires. And look at all those stunning specialty stitches that you can see. So Beautiful Stitches in Australia, I think she does free patterns as well as patterns that you can buy. And she also dyes her own silk. So you can use her silk to actually get this colorway, or you can do any other ones. I'm doing the autumn one at the moment. However, I do have the spring one printed out ready to go. I just haven't started that one yet because I haven't got very far on this one. Life got busy. So I'm stitching this on white 22 count. It's a leftover from when I was working on Elsa, and I haven't done very much, so I'm down the bottom here and just been working on that border, and I am loving it. I am using silk for doing the threads, and I'm using 1 variegated and 3 semi-solids, so that basically is there, and it is going to be stunning. You can see that it'll be heading up the pattern, and it's just the start of the very bottom border here. If I put it like this, you can see that I've just started the very edge of this border. I haven't done any of the fill-in yet, but I will continue to do that. So these are the silks I'm using. They're from Silks For You, and actually it came out of the 2020 Christmas pack. And these are the colours. And I had them on a new extension of some floss drops from Ginger Stitch. So we can see here, this is the variegated one, and those variegated colours that are coming through are actually a mixture of these 3 colours. So we've got like this mustardy yellow, this lovely pink, and I love this purple. And it's actually stitching up quite differently to what you can see on the skein. I'm not very good yet at putting silks from off skeins onto thread drops, so bear with me, but look at that variegation. However, this is what it looks like when it stitches up. So you can see that difference, how it does go between those maroons, purples, pinks, reds, and mustardy yellows. I wasn't expecting to see so much of that red coming through. So I think this will be really interesting to see how they continue to work through with these colours. I started these at a crafty day with Chloe and Aimee, and my god, they're both miles ahead of me. Aimee's already finished, and Chloe has done so much more than I have. So I need to get this out again and actually get stitching on it. I might try and just get the border done and use that as an easy stitch in the evening, because I don't actually have to count too many times once I find the pattern. But yeah, I'm loving it, and I'm going to be finding colours. So I'm going to be going through my bag of silks again and to find colours to do the spring one as well, because this is so much fun and I love looking at all the different types of stitches that we get. The next project that I've worked on is one that you also saw in my most recent video. However, I've done a load of work on it, and it's in this lovely bright colourful bag with my colourful tropical fish from Judy Bags and More on Facebook. Now, this is a big project, and you know what it is when I show you. So this is one of my larger projects, so I'm going to insert a picture of it somewhere along here. But I decided to continue working on A Stitch in Time by Aimee Stewart. And I also put a photo in for where you saw it last time, because I did a lot of work on this. I finished about half a page, and then I put it away, worked on something else, and then I brought it back out again. And oh my God, I finished a page. Confetti hell, but I finished a page. The version I'm doing is the matte color, so I'm working with over 200 colors in this amazing design, and you need every single one to get the amount of detail that we get. So I started this in the 1st of September in 2018, and it is my oldest WIP, and it will be the oldest WIP for a long time because I don't see it being finished anytime soon. However, I finished page 3. However, for me, it's actually page 4. And would you look at that? Isn't that amazing? So this is the page that I finished over here, from heart, mainly the orange book onwards to the pink and then the other colours. And we're starting to get the silhouette coming in as well. Yes, I use a lot of part threads, so if you don't like part threads, I apologise. But this is absolutely stunning. So bring in close, we can see from here, I basically was through half of that jar. Across is the page, and I stitched this differently to how I've actually stitched all the rest of these pages. Normally when I stitch these pages, I've been working in a 10 by 10 block and going in the diagonal. However, in this page over here, I had so many greens coming across, and I also have this border with the flowers. So I decided to, once I had that top border done, I kind of went down the book, each book individually, and just did cross country in a colour going down that book. And that seemed to work out a lot better for me in terms of being not so constricted to just the 10 by 10 block. And it meant I got a lot more progress in a shorter period of time. And I just love it. So the next page I'll work on will be this page down here. So I'll still work down in pages, and maybe I'll just work across this row and see if I can finish off the spring, or maybe then I'll decide to come down here. I haven't quite decided yet. I also found out that it's been easier working on this on my Q-snap compared to using one of my big oddment frames, because I'm able to reach up so much further. I am stitching this on 25 count white Lugana. This was before I knew what easy grid was. So I've been doing all my own gridding. Yeah, all my own gridding. So that's been a little bit tedious, but I mean, it looks amazing. All of these threads are different colours. Yeah, over 200 colours we have in this pattern, but to get this amount of detail is just stunning, and you can actually see the curtains and the silhouette coming through. I mean, when I was stitching that section, it just looked as a pale of like light violet blobs. But seeing in the camera and seeing at a distance, I can actually tell that there is a window. I can see the panels coming through. And then at the bottom there, we also have a part of the lady who's sitting down. This here is also a start of a fan, and I love fans. So really excited to get to this page because that's when I get to finish off the fan. Oh, I think that this is going to be one of the heids that I'm going to continue to work on, because yes, there's a lot of pages. Yes, there's a lot of confetti and a lot of colours, but just to get that pops of detail all the way through is so stunning. So I'm thinking that I might do a bit of when I do my next haid, I'll bring out a palette cleanser, or I may bring out the 20-sided dice fairy just as the palette cleanser, because they're only using 90 colours, but the pages I'm on at the moment are all in a very similar colour scheme. So I should be able to whip through some progress in that pretty quickly, but then I'll get back to some confetti because that was fun. I know I always complain about it, but in this case it was fun. So yeah, I absolutely love working on this. So the last project I've been working on during my holidays, I pulled this out during the last week, and I had so much progress going on, and it's in this amazing bag. If you know my bags, you know that I have 2 projects in here. So it's a bit of a lucky dip about which one we are going to see. Both the projects in here I am stitching along with Chloe, and we are both running along at Miles' End, and we're having fun seeing who gets to different places first. I'm also stitching it on using Pattern Keeper, whereas Chloe is using Pages. So it's interesting to see how we both stitch it completely differently. I kind of go where the colours take me compared to staying in a page, whereas Chloe's been going through and finishing the pages individually. So the one I pulled out of that project bag is that one you haven't actually seen since around March last year. I didn't work on it at the end of last year, which means it's not going to be my Slytherin. It is actually going to be my Ravencore Emblem, and this is from DM Stitch. She is a Russian designer, so due to all the Etsy bans at the moment, her patterns are not available, but this is the one I'm doing, and it's just stunning with the contrast of the half stitch, the back stitch, and the full stitches. And I will put a photo in of where I was up to at the end of March last year. However, we all know that these patterns have all the blends. So these are all the blends that I've been working on. And I've actually had fun because I've actually had to unkit a couple of my blends because I've finished off some colours. So this is where I'm up to at the moment. Isn't it stunning? I'm stitching this on 32 count Blue Clouds from Sewitall, Australia. Yes, they're printed evenly, so it's white on the back and this lovely bluey white colour on the front. And I am loving it. So since you saw it last year, I've brought up this particular part of the border up across here. I've even done some of the back stitching. I know that last time you saw it, I did have the gem done and I had this side of the border. So when I was stitching it, I looked at it over this part. I've filled in a lot of the bird. So from this blue section across, down here is being stitched, and I've been stitching up here as well. And I just love the colours. It was actually a good stage for me to pull this off the Q-snap and show you, because I need to actually move the Q-snap to go up to focus on maybe doing this back stitching and to finish off the rest of the eagle, or I'll go up and I'll do the border so then I can work down. Depends on how I feel. But I absolutely love this. There is a whole heap of half stitching in here that will be filling out to bring in that 3D effect. So we can see here that I still have quite a bit to go with that half stitch, but I'm sitting on about 65 to nearly 70% complete as a pattern keeper, which isn't including any of the back stitching, but these colours in here are just blending seamlessly, and that's because of all the blends. So you have one colour, another blend, and then the next colour, and that middle blend is the colour of the first and the second. And I absolutely love it. I'm not sure if I want to, when I bring something else out, if I come back to this, or if I'll go back to Slytherin and see if I can bring that forward, because now I've done a lot more work on my Ravenclaw. But it's just stunning. I love the colours, and I hope I can finish it this year, but it won't be a finish in May. There's a bit more further to go from that. So that's all the projects that I've worked on over the course of the last 2 months, but including the 2 weeks of holidays that we've just been on. That was the most of the time I did my stitching, especially on my Heaven Earth Design Stitching Time and on Ravenclaw. Now that we're heading back into school, I'm hoping I'll try and keep my work-life balance from there, but we'll see what happens. I'm also excited that we have a crafty weekend coming up next weekend, so that's going to be super good to see. Last thing, I want to show you some things that come in the mail that I haven't used yet. They've just been sitting on my desk. So Chloe and I did an order together, and we both were able to get the Good Fortune pattern that's designed by the Black Needle Society. Now it says pattern number 8, that's because it's the 8th pattern that Katie has designed, and it's designed on 18 count Ada here. I'm not sure, I might try and find a 36 count or a 40 count, I think that would be cute. And all the colours on the back are designed in DMC. I thought this was just a very cute little pattern, and inside it's very clear. You can see the symbols really easily, and isn't he cute? The other thing that I received in the mail is actually from Silks for You, and I decided to sign up for their 4 seasons pack of silks. So this is their business card, and they can show here about all those different 4 seasons. And this one is the spring edition. And they also sent through a free needle minder. It's a butterfly, guys. It's a butterfly. So that will be definitely going onto one of my projects. And I love the colours that came in. So let's start from this side over here. This is PR077. And it's a mixture of like green and pink pastels. Just absolutely stunning. And these are all 15 meters. And then this one is that lovely pink. So it's very similar to the pink in there, a little bit deeper. And this one is a seasonal SCM001. Then we have this one, which is like a rainbow effect. Look how bright and fun that is. This one here is PR131. Oh, look at all those colours. That's so much fun. Then we also have, I'm guessing this is seasonal pack SCM002. Look at that green. So bright, but so much fun. Then we also have PR105, and again, this is highly variegated, so it's going between pinks, purples, and those greens. So there's some greens and blues in there, if you can see just the pop of them. And lastly, you won't be surprised, but this is my favorite, because this is SCM003, and look at that purple. Look at that violet. Just absolutely stunning. And all together, this is the colour palette we'll make this up. So it came in this lovely mesh bag, and just look at that. Definitely what I think of when you think of spring. However, for us, we are heading into autumn, so the weather is about to change. It looks like it's going to be cold for the rest of the week, and that normally happens after Anzac Day, so we will be putting on our jumpers and ragging up and dealing with our cold weather, because we've had a hot summer, been more humid than hot, but it's been very hot, and we've still had some very warm days in April. But yes, that's everything I have to show you today. I hope that you have enjoyed seeing all the projects and the progress that I've made so far, and welcome to anyone who is new, and thank you so much to everyone who keeps responding. Chloe and I love hearing from you and love hearing and seeing your messages. Chloe's better at responding to messages than I am. I've been a little slack lately, so I'll make sure and go back and read through and answer those comments. But we love hearing from you, and we love hearing your questions and your ideas and what you're stitching on at the moment. But I hope that everyone enjoys May and it deals with their plans appropriately. I know there's lots of plans going on, so enjoy starting everything or finishing or doing a mixture of both. I will talk to everyone soon. I'm not sure who will be filming next. We have to try and get back onto our schedule now that everything's coming together, but we will see you soon from Chloe and I. So be safe, stay happy, and craft something beautiful. Have a good week. Bye.